Is Nissa Ascendant Animist Craterhoof Behemoth? It's legal in Standard. Let's see if we can make a mono green Elfball work on a budget and find out. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. So this week, we're heading to Standard to play some mono green Elfball. Essentially, we're trying to figure out if Nissa Ascendant Animist is essentially a standard legal version of Craterhoof Behemoth that can turn a bunch of pretty janky elves into game-ending threats. So as you can see, 77 bucks in paper, free on Magic Online, 16 total rares and mythics on Magic Arena, so a pretty cheap deck everywhere. So let's talk about the deck, what we're trying to do, jump into some games, see if mono green Elfball can actually be a thing in Standard. So the reason we're playing this deck is Craterhoof Behemoth is a classic elf finisher. You just play a bunch of elves that make mana, then you Craterhoof, give everything trample and haste, smash your opponent with one big attack to close out the game. Essentially, Craterhoof turns a bunch of pretty underpowered mana producing elves into legitimate game-ending threats. So thanks to Phyrexial will be one. We kind of have a planeswalker that's essentially a Craterhoof Behemoth, but in Standard. In Nissa Ascendant Animist, Nissa does a bunch of stuff. You can cast it on the cheap with Phyrexian mana, it makes big tokens, blows up artifacts and your enchantments, but the big deal in our deck is -7 until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each forest you control and gain trample. Our mana base is almost all forests, so this is usually +5/+5, +6/+6, +7/+7, and if we cast Nissa for 7 mana, it can do this ability right away. It's literally like a Craterhoof Behemoth. We play a bunch of mana dork elves, Nissa immediately overrun with the ultimate, smash our opponent with one big attack for lethal. So that's a goal of our deck. The other reason to play a bunch of elves in Standard is Leaf Crown Visionary. Honestly, the elf tribe in Standard, it's not very good, but it does get a really strong lord. Leaf Crown Visionary not only pumps our other elves, but it gives us a card advantage engine. When we cast an elf, we can pay a green to draw a card. So if we don't have Nissa, hopefully we have Leaf Crown Visionary to draw through our deck, flood the board with elves, find the Nissa to win the game. As far as our elves, they're pretty janky. We got 4 mana producing elves. Sadly, nothing like Llanowar Elves or Elvish Mystic. Nothing on that level. Sataniel Stalwarts. If we tap another creature, we can make a mana. Rustvine Cultivator can untap a land, but only every other turn because we got to tap it to add oil counters. Llanowar Loam Speaker, straight up mana dork, but costs 2 mana. Godly Readers can make treasures. And then we have, I guess, our filler elves. This is how far down the list of elves we are in Standard. We're playing Vineshaper Prodigy and Elvish Hydromaster, which I don't even know if I've ever seen anyone play these cards in Limited. If we can kick them, they're kind of powerful, but they're also super expensive to kick. Vineshaper, 4 mana with kicker for a 2/2 that anticipates. Elvish Hydromancer, if we get to 7 mana, we can kick it and copy another creature we control when it enters the battlefield. But most of the time, these are just kind of flooding the board, triggering our Leaf Crown Visionary, setting up our Nissa kill. Otherwise, Tivers stand to protect our creatures. Also, we can just make a bunch of mana and pump something. Mana base, all forests and some secluded courtyards to pay for kicker on our couple of janky kicker elves. In the sideboard, protection, removal, artifact and enchantment hate, graveyard hate, and that is Elfball for Standard. That's our Budget Magic deck for this week. So is Nissa Craterhoof in Standard? Is it strong enough to make some really janky elves Standard playable? Can Vineshaper Prodigy and Elvish Hydromaster actually compete in Standard? Let's find out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some Phyrexial will be one cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Budget Magic time. We are doing some Elfballing in Standard, seeing if Nissa is Craterhoof Behemoth, and oh god, 1 land, 1 keep. I mean, we're elves. If there's any deck that can get away with the 1 land, 1 keep, it's definitely elves. Like, many of the cards in our hand make mana. Well, land and Rustvine. Rustvine is like the worst Llanowar elves ever. It only makes mana every other turn. Play a forest. Yeah, we're gonna run out Loam Speaker. There's always some weird tension when we have Tivers stand if we want to wait and try to protect it, but I think we just gotta go for it. All right, opponent's gonna do some ramping. Well, let's oil up our elf. Untap. I think we just kick a Vineshaper Prodigy here. We have 4 mana if we remove the oil counter. So yeah, let's just kick and go digging for a land. Anticipate elf, Vineshaper Prodigy. We found a forest. We will take the forest and play the forest, and now we get to leave up the Tivers stand too if there's removal. I mean, this hand's not bad. We need the Nissa. Nissa's the card that, oh god, oh dear. Okay, drag to the bottom. That's unfortunate. Tyver Stand, really good protection, except it doesn't protect, you know, run out Gala Greeters, doesn't protect from drag to the bottom or farewell. Those are the two cards that get us. Opponent. Gonna go digging with a Vorak, trying to hit a land drop. Interesting to see this card showing up. I was not expecting Contagion Vorak to see play, but I mean, the 3/3 for 3 that finds a land, I guess, is fine if you really care about lands. Well, I mean, our deck has two real payoffs. One of them is Leaf Crown Visionary, one of them's Nissa. We're gonna run out our Leaf Crown and start making treasures. I mean, the idea is Leaf Crown can hopefully draw us into Nissa, and then Nissa can win us the game, in theory. I don't think we can overcome all right, more Voraks. I don't think we can overcome another drag to the bottom. Opponent goes digging. Opponent's gotta be like a Atraxa deck, I assume. Wow, the whiff. All right, opponent gets in for 3, sure. Well, okay. Well, Gala Greeter. Draw a card. Ooh, hit a forest, that's good news. Make a treasure, play the land, play the cultivator. Yeah, we're gonna go shields. Oh my goodness, that's Nissa. That is Nissa. Counter and treasure. Can we win next turn? 1 mana short from fully powered Nissa. Oh, we might have to wait one more turn. All right, some more ramp, that's fine. Leyline Binding, that is annoying. Eats a Gala Greeter. That is Nissa mana. Everything +5/+5 and trample. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Not lethal. And our opponent has mana up. We probably gotta wait. I guess we can just run out more bodies. Nissa not being lethal, I don't think we wanna run it out and leave it exposed if it's not winning us the game. So, run out. Hydromaster. Maybe the worst elf in our deck. Make a treasure, play a prodigy, no kicker. Yeah, we'll draw a card. We have enough mana now. Ooh, 2 Nissas. All right, we get 2 shots at it. Oh, put a counter on the Gala Greeter, and we will pass the turn. Actually, I guess we can get in for 3. I think we missed ticking up our cultivator, giving it an oil counter. Well, no Wraths. No Wraths. Next turn, this Nissa should be super lethal. Atraxa. Does this change anything? 7/7 lifelink, so they're at 23? But we're gonna have 6 forests now. We should still have lethal, right? I don't wanna do the math. I mean, if we don't win this turn, we're dead. Like, our opponent's hand is full of goodies now. Oh, opponent's attacking. Okay, that actually... Now we'll remember the oil counter. That actually increases our chances. I'm pretty sure we got it now. Oh, we definitely have it, right? Everything's getting +6/+6 in trample, and our opponent's tapped down. So now we don't have to worry about a counter. Play a land, play a Nissa, full price, no Phyrexian mana, and see if we can complete our opponent here. Maybe we got the better 7-drop. I mean, opponent just played their big payoff, Atraxa. We just played ours, Standard Craterhoof, Ultimate, everything. Oh, that's super lethal, even through an Atraxa. That's a lot of damage. Nissa, like, this does feel like Craterhoof, right? Look at how bad our board is. Most of the cards, I guess Gala Greeter is good. None of the, and I guess Leaf Crown Visionary is good in some situations, but not in Standard, really. Our deck is so janky. Our Elves are so janky, but Nissa is so strong, it doesn't matter. Like, Nissa just ends games. And Elves is good at ramping into it and putting cheap bodies on the battlefield. Well, that was a good one. That was very Craterhoofian. A little bit of artifact destruction. Couple of safekeepings. Go down the Hydromasters, which are just so jank. In the dream scenario, we like cast it for 7 mana, kick it, and get another like Leaf Crown Visionary or something, which is kind of hilarious, but 7 mana for a 3/3, that is, or a 3/2 even, is a lot. Well, let's just do that again. Let's just draw the Nissas. On to game number 2. Standard Craterhoof Elves, probably better known as Nissa Elves versus Atraxa. That sounds pretty good. We still got the same old question, like, oh, double Tyver Stand. Do we run out our Visionary? Or do we wait and try to leave up protection? Courier's Briefcase, if I'm getting their ramp on. Land and... yeah, let's just go Loam Speaker. If you decide to try this deck, Leaf Crown Visionary is like super important. We really need it to draw us cards. It's like our one source of card advantage. So we really need to try to protect it if we can. Loam Speaker is more replaceable. It's good, we hope it lives, but all right, opponent gonna do some ramping and passes. Well, play land. Now we will get down the Visionary. Yeah, that just is going to get blocked. Pass. No drag to the bottoms, please. Or whatever that's called. Annex Sentry. Well, tie for stand does protect against an Annex Sentry. I mean, we want Elves or Nissa, essentially. Cultivator's fine. Gallagher first, though. Gallagher, draw a card. Into a Stalwarts. If we play something and draw, we can't leave up protection, but our opponent just played the removal, so hopefully we're good. Make a treasure. I mean, we're set up. If we can find the Nissa, we are set up to win this game. Opponent. Oh, second sentry. All right. That's less than optimal. Oh, they're going after Gallic Readers. Okay. Oh, there's Nissa too. Well, we're kind of fine with that. Like, if they're gonna... Gallic Readers is actually... It's funny. A lot of people choose to deal with the Gallic Readers. I think Leaf Crown Visionary is just, like, way more important to the deck. Standard is so card draw heavy. I think next turn we can go for it. Everything is +5/+5. Troxa. This time, I don't think this is enough here, is it? So opponent goes to 27. They can block. Oh, these 4 toughness Annex entries are an issue, actually. They can eat up 16 damage, and they're at 27. We do not have lethal. So close. Well, the problem is, once we start getting hit by a Troxa, we get further and further away from this being lethal, and our opponent has that drag to the bottom now, so our opponent can Wrath our board and keep their Troxa. I think we're just dead. Well, this time our opponent's 7-drop is the better of the two, apparently. Yeah, sure. Run it out, draw a card. I guess we could draw, like, Broken Wings or whatever and kill a Troxa, but no luck. All right. If we were on the play there, it might have been enough. We were like just short. We're on the play, which is a pretty big deal. We'll try this. And we have protection. I mean, we have a lot of land, so we really need this Leaf Crown to generate card advantage here. Ugh, more lands. We're gonna play it safe. We're not gonna play anything. I don't expect our opponent to have too many counters. Tap land. Another forest. Well, all right, get on the Visionary. Opponent plays a land, the Celestus. Ramping towards a Troxa. Well, Star Wars is fine. Gallic Readers, draw a card. Ooh, double Visionary. We're just gonna get in for one and leave up our safekeeping. I don't think it's worth running out the Stalwarts and not leaving up protection. Opponent, Annex, whew, all right. Paid off for playing it safe. Going after the Gallic Readers, interesting. No respect for the Elf Lord, no respect. Well, Leaf Crown Visionary and draw a card. And then make a treasure. And then land Stalwart. Only get to draw 1 card, unfortunately, but counter on Gallic Readers. We're back to where we want to be, which is a reasonably big board, and if we ever draw Nissa, we just win. We can start kicking the prodigies too, which is nice. Ooh, just a Vorak? That is wonderful news. Vorak is not a issue here. I mean, I guess it does find our opponent a land, but finds a land, plays the land, Leyline Binding. Still the Gallic. We got double Lord now, triple Lord now. And our opponent's still going after, the Gallic Readers. Well, draw a card, Ugh. Well, Lordtron is interesting. Prodigy. Draw a couple cards. I mean, this is why Leaf Crown Visionary is such a good lord. Like, it's a lord, but it is, oh, that's so many lands. It is also just like an engine. Oh, there it is. No wrath, no counter. No wrath. Play your Atroxa, that's fine. Land Atroxa. We're rooting for land Atroxa because that means our opponent's tapped down and we have all 7/4. Oh, drag to the bottom. Okay. And a Scrap Gorger. Land Nissa. I mean, the good news is, even when Nissa isn't literally Craterhoof because our board got wrathed, unlike Craterhoof, well, I guess actually kind of similarly to Craterhoof, but it's still very good. Like, now it just makes 8/8s, and it can blow up the Leyline Binding next turn if we need to start drawing more cards by getting back our Lord. So even, really, tear asunder the token. But that means, okay. I mean, that is a legal target. I probably would have went after the Nissa, but Opponent plays a land. We draw. Wow, this is the worst hand I've ever seen. And a post comes up. Oh. Well, apparently Nissa's unbeatable even when our board gets wrathed. Odd, but we'll take it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Budget magic time. We are trying to Elfball in Standard and see if Nissa is actually just Craterhoof Behemoth. Well, okay. I mean, this hand's fine. Unsure. Elves Hive. Oh, Cultivator. That would have been nice last turn. How do we do this to maximize our odds of drawing cards? We can play Visionary, but it'll probably just die. You know what? I think we got to go for it. Play the Visionary, pass the turn. Opponent gonna start making mites. Live Visionary. The one downside of Elves. Wow, okay. Ellis, Sadistic Pilgrim. The one downside of Elves is they don't have very many relevant cards. It's pretty much Leaf Crown Visionary and then also Nissa. Nothing else. What is going on? Okay. Opponent with the big attack. This might be an issue. We draw more forest. Yeah, opponent's off to a much quicker start than we are at the moment. I mean, play this Hydromancer. Yeah, we have a lot of cards that they're really only good if we have other cards on the battlefield, which is one of the challenges of the tribe. Opponent gaining some life. I mean, the big problem is this Adeline's just massive. Main phase cycling. So it seems like our opponent doesn't have much else going on, but they might not need much else to win from here. Opponent with the big attack. I mean, we are gonna try to double block Adeline. Not sure this will work, but I think we gotta go for it. All right, well, we traded our battlefield for an Adeline. I guess we could have blocked a token too. Drain down to 10, opponent passes. Land, and I guess Loam Speaker. Pass the turn, opponent makes another might, gains another life. Oh, top deck's removal. All right. Well, that was a pretty fast start for our opponent. Adeline's a card. I don't know if we change anything, honestly. We're not a very good bite down deck. We're trying to have some removal in our elf deck, but really it's all about Nissa. Nissa or bust with this deck. Either Nissa comes through and just wins the game immediately, or that happens. Where's all the elves, Watsy? Where's all the elves? I mean, I guess there's more elves if you go like 3-color, but it is not really practical to go budget 3-color. Well, we get to play first. We are going to ship the 5-lander. This we will try. Although, this is a little bit like the last hand where our opponent's removal. We don't have any protection, so I don't know if our stuff will actually stick. Run out the Visionary. Pray real hard. Do we have a cut down? Plays a land. Elves Hive. All right, that's good. So at least we get a trigger off of our Visionary. Ooh, there's a Nissa. All right, get in, hit ya. The pressure is, I mean, we can actually just play a Nissa next turn. And Nissa next turn's not bad. Opponent's gonna kill the Lord, sure. Well, okay, in that case, I think we play this on Elf. I think we wait. Play this on Elf, kick a Vineshaper Prodigy. A Gala Greeters. Yeah, let's not attack. I mean, basically, our game plan from here is keep developing our board, play Nissa, overrun, win. Craterhoof and Standard, essentially. Opponent, Intrepid Adversary to grow the dorks. We're gonna block. This does mean our opponent's tapped down, though. Oh, wow. Play the Lord. Play the land. Play the Lord. Draw a card. Yeah, I mean, I guess we do some attacking. Hit ya. Opponent goes to 10. Makes a mighty might. Land. Rabble rousing. Opponent with the big attack. And a ton of 2/2s. All right. Forest, please. Forest for the win. Nissa. That's not a forest. Do we even survive another turn? I don't really think so. Oh, we were so close. We ended up a land short. We can play Nissa for 6, but we can't ultimate right away. But if we play other stuff, we just die to rabble rousing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have to tap that or spend a ton of life. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way out of this. Gala Greeters. Oh, we were close. Oh, there's the forest. Oh, we were one draw away. Yeah, but this isn't gonna work. So we can put stuff on the battlefield. It just doesn't. It's not enough because of rabble rousing. Make a treasure. Oh, if our deck was in a slightly different order, that was elf win. That was a Nissa Craterhoof win. We needed one more land. So close. Budget magic time. We are trying to Elfball in standard, playing some super duper janky elves. That sounds actually pretty good. No Nissa, but we do have the Leaf Crown Visionary and a way to hopefully protect it. If we start with Stalwart, then next turn we can Visionary and use the mana from Stalwart to protect it if we have to, and then hopefully we just start drawing cards and win the game. Like that's the idea. Draw the cards until we find a Nissa. Opponent appears to be playing some Esper. Well, land, go. Opponent, island and passes. Well, play the land. In that case, I think we Loam Speaker. Opponent has Make Disappear mana. And opponent has Make Disappear. Well, go attacking. Hit you for one pass the turn. Opponent, some sort of 5-color pile. Well, play the land, play Leaf Crown Visionary. Hit ya. Down to 17. Passing. Well, Cultivator. Stalwart. I think we gotta draw because we need a land. Draw a card. Play the land. All right, things aren't looking too bad. The question is, does our opponent have a Wrath? They have a Wandering Emperor. All right, makes a Samurai, sure. I mean, we're getting close to the Nissa part of the game. We're not that far away. Opponent, ambitious farmhand. We do kind of want our opponent to tap down. We'll see. Gets a plains. Like, we've already seen 8 counters, so we know that's a possibility. Ossification. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we just let this go, actually. Opponent makes a 2/2, goes to combat. No blocks. We untap, we draw land. Nissa for life. Nissa blows up Ossification, gets back our Lord, and then we pass the turn with a Nissa on the battlefield and another one in hand. We are close. Restoration of Ajano, sure. We basically just need to make a couple more lands. The problem we have right now is we will have to tap our too many creatures. We would like to avoid that. If we have to tap our entire board, then Nissa's Overrun doesn't do a ton. Wow, Samurai, sure. Passing. Well, we untap. Take up Nissa, make a 3/3. Loam Speaker. Loam Speaker. Oh, we forgot to, yeah. We should have tapped this, draw a card. Pass the turn. No farewells. Non-farewell cards are fine. Farewell, not as fine. I mean, we're set up for lethal next turn, if we can resolve Nissa. Opponent, wow, discards negate. Gets back Ossification, I assume goes after the Nissa. Yep. Well, now we're mostly just hoping for opponent to play their last card. If they don't play their last card, we can just keep playing Elves and drawing cards, which is also not bad. Well, Secluded Courtyard, Elf. Leaf Crown Visionary. Draw a card. I mean, the Elfball's on. The Elfball's on. Cultivator. Draw a card. Draw a card. Actually, I guess we can Prodigy. Prodigy. Draw a card. Draw a card. And pass the turn. Actually, let's get in with the 3/3. I think we're fine with this. Chip in for a little bit of damage. They need the Wrath or a counter for this Nissa. We're just trying to play around a potential counter, but at some point we just got to go for it. Opponent flips. Land. Yes, I have never been happier to see an Atraxa. So Atraxa comes down, but this is actually just wonderful because it means our opponent's tapped out, and it means we get to play the Nissa, and it means we get to deal a truly absurd amount of damage. Nissa just better than Atraxa at the moment. I think we elfed them. Opponents making the tough decisions. Little do they know, nothing they choose actually matters. Passes. Well, We'll play a forest. We will play a Nissa, full price. We will take down Nissa. Everything +6/+6 in trample, and we will attack for a little bit of damage. Nice Atroxa you got there. How's it feel to be dead? I guess we can bring in the Broken Wings, go down the Hydromancers, and maybe like 2 safekeepings for the Hydromancers and run it like that. Oh, we saw a lot of counters, and I know this deck plays a lot of sweepers. It's a scary matchup, but that went really well. Like, that is kind of the elf dream in a lot of ways. We could really use some better elves, I would say. The elf tribe is not super well supported. It has an absurdly good lord. Like, Leafcrown Visionary is a great lord. Beyond that, though, it's got a couple okay ramp elves, I guess. Nothing in the 1 mana slot that doesn't take a lot of work, but we're gonna keep this. I mean, we got Leafcrown Visionary and ways to maybe protect it, hopefully. Don't it? Oh, ambitious farmhand. Sure. It's actually a really tricky spot. Do we play the Visionary? Yeah, I think we gotta play it. The problem is our opponent has counters and removal. Waiting plays around removal. Ugh, all right, but not counters. So opponent does have the removal. I guess we guessed wrong there. Opponent plays a land. Gets in for 1. Land on Elf. Another Visionary is not the worst. Visionary. I mean, this time we get to leave up a protection spell. Reckoner Bankbuster. Well, let's see what we draw. Forest. Oh, play the land, play the Prodigy. No kicker, draw a card. Broken Wings is actually pretty interesting, because that can blow up the Ossification, which could end up being pretty relevant. Opponent draws. Wow, opponent draws again. Desperate for lands, perhaps? All right, finds a land, passes on Elf. I think we just passed for now. We almost have too much protection at the moment. All the protection, none of the action. Well, I guess we wait. Well, play a Loam Speaker. This is the jankiest beats. Wow, opponent's gonna block. This suggests that a Wrath is very likely. The real question is that Wrath Farewell? Memory Deluge should draw cards. That's the real question. Is it a Farewell? Also, I guess, is there an Atroxa? And what does Atroxa find? Finishes the bank. Oh, doesn't finish the Bankbuster. Interesting. So we will Tamiyo Safekeeping the Visionary. Opponent Wraths most of our board. Well, I mean, I guess we do the same thing. Stalwart. Draw a card. Play the land. Cultivator. Draw a card. Hit you for 1. Down to 15 past the turn. Goes after the Visionary. Well, Tyver's stand. All of our protection is paying off at the moment. The Visionary must live. All right, fizzle it. Passes. Well, Cultivator. Actually, maybe we gotta kill the Wandering Emperor. Kill the Wandering Emperor. All right, looking for more Wraths. Draws a couple more cards. Opponent has drawn so many cards. Yeah, pass the turn. Lay down arms. Well, we will Tyver stand. The Visionary. Fizzle it. Stonebrain. Oh, that's gonna get rid of our Nissas. That's actually an issue. So our opponent's gonna exile all of our Nissas. That is going to make it very tricky to win. Yeah, Nissa is pretty essential to our deck. We are on the janky beat plan. Opponent takes all of our Nissas. Okay, wait, can we win now? Blow up the Ossification. Wait, is this lethal? Is this, oh my God, are we gonna win? We can pump with the Tyver stand. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my God, we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win. Opponent, land passes. This should be lethal, right? Go to combat. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And opponent scoops it up. We got there. Taking down the control deck through the Wraths, through our opponent stone braining our Nissas. I mean, we know the deck can win when things go well, and we just like, Nissa, overrun ya. That shows that we actually can win in a tough matchup when things go poorly and we lose all of our Nissas. That was a good one. That was a really good one. budget magic time. We are trying to find out if we can Elfball in Standard. Oh, Nissa's for days. Our deck is all about Nissa. That is the card that makes this deck, if it works, work. I don't want to say makes it work because there's a lot of janky elves. Nissa's kind of busted, and can Nissa turn janky elves into all-stars? Our opponent mulliganing into Oblivion probably doesn't hurt either. Well, the world's worst Llanowar Elves, Rustvine Cultivator. Opponent with the Swamp. Play a land. I think we actually just pass for now. Take this up, leave up Tiber Stand, Mountain, and gonna do a little bank busting. Opponent passes. Well, Forest and Gala Greeters. And pass the turn, and I mean, we should be able to play a Nissa next turn. We can protect the Cultivator if we have to. Passing, well, opponent. Gonna kill the Gala Greeter. Yeah, that's fine. We will save our protection spell for now. Passes. Well, Forest, tap, untap, 5 manas, double Phyrexian, and take it up, make a 4/4. Could blow up the Bank Buster, but I think just putting bodies on the battlefield for now is probably the best. Sheoldred's Edict would be obnoxious. Opponent gonna draw a card, try to dig out from their mulligan. I mean, Nissa is a incredibly strong card. Unfortunately, green has not been the strongest color in this Standard. It just does not really line up super. Oh boy. Oh, the main phase draw. Opponent needs lands. Yeah, opponent not gonna beat that Nissa. Fast Nissa, pretty good there. Well, we will bring in some more protection. Go down some more Hydromancers and run it like that. I mean, we will try this. We have the Leaf Crown Visionary, which is good. No Nissas, which is less good. Tiber Stand is nice. Play the Stalwart. This is actually decent. This lets us play the Leaf Crown Visionary next turn and leave up protection for it. See if we can get the snowball going. Yeah, Leaf Crown Visionary. Go. Opponent untaps. Well, let's see if we can draw some cards and find a Nissa. Leaf Crown Visionary is our second most important card. Nissa and then Leaf Crown. Opponent. Well, we should get to draw some cards. So we can Stalwart, draw a card, Stalwart, draw a card, no protection. Play the land, play Gala Greeter, draw a card. Pass the turn. We're gonna play it slow. I really like the option of leaving up this Tiber Stand at the moment. Wow, no discard, that's frightening. Attacks, treasures, sure. Well, let's see what they're ramping into. We are going to take the beats for now, unfortunately. Do we have a Sheoldred? You can see how different the... Ooh, double Obnixilis, okay. Well, that's a good one. That is a good one. I haven't seen Obnixilis in a minute. Opponent, what are we doing with the Ob? Taking down for a Devil. We will take the 2. Opponent passes. Ooh, Tameo safekeeping too. Well, all right, let's play Stalwart. Counter on Gala Greeter. A land. Play Stalwart. Draw a card. Make a treasure. Yeah, I think we just pass and leave up our protection. You get to do your Obnixilis stuff. We really want to keep this Leaf Crown Visionary around if possible. That is our biggest goal at the moment until we find our Nissa. That is our card advantage engine. Well, we will take the 2. All right, no Sheoldreds, please. Sheoldred. Well, that is the card we are hoping our opponent didn't have. We're gonna need to find this Nissa pretty quick. The Sheoldred's gonna make drawing cards very painful. Passing. We get drained. Yup. Gala Greeter. Draw a card. Get drained. Treasure. Play the land. Loam Speaker. Draw a card. Get drained. Gain 2 life. Make a treasure. Pass the turn with our protection up. Oh, Nissa. We need a Nissa. We need a Nissa. I mean, if we draw a Nissa, we have a ridiculous amount of damage. The problem is we're kind of running out of time because our opponent's really draining us aggressively. Opponent takes up Ob. We take the 2 down to 6. We can gain 2 with Tameo safekeeping. Sack a Stalwart. Opponent gains some, I mean, it's Nissa or bust, and the Nissa's got to come now. Opponent land. I mean, I guess if our opponent drew into removal, that would also be bad. Opponent's going to pass. Tap a creature, add green. Tameo safekeeping to gain 2 life. All right, come on, Nissa. Come on, Nissa. This is our last chance. Untap. We've drawn a lot of cards. That's a Loam Speaker. We drop to 2. So play a oh, this isn't gonna work, is it? Play a Stalwart. Can't draw this time. Gain some life. Play a Loam Speaker. Oh, draw a card. Oh, the daggers. Wow. Wow. Oh, we needed to get 1 card deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that does it though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Oh, we're not gonna have enough creatures. Yeah, we gotta tap too many. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we'd have to tap our whole board. Is there any way we can survive? That was so close. I mean, you can see how important Nissa is to the deck. Like, Nissa, when we have Nissa, life is amazing. When we don't have Nissa, it's hard to close out the game. We really need the Nissa as the finisher. And we can draw a lot of cards with our Lord to try to get there. Oh boy, we were just short. We're on the play for game number 3. Well, I don't know if this counts as a good hand, but it is a hand. Little slow, especially if we want to use the safekeepings. Forest, go. Evolve Sleeper. Well, land and Loam Speaker, go. Let's see how much removal our opponent has. Sulfur Springs has a bit of removal. Cut down. I mean, we are in a very removal heavy standard, that is for sure. Opponent considering trying to level up their dork, and does. Well, play a Gala Greeter. Pass the turn. And Fable the Mirror Breaker. Yup. Well, that's not a land. Well, we will play a Gala Greeter. Good treasure token. And pass the turn, but this is not good. Opponents, got the most powerful card in Standard on the battlefield. We are missing land. Oh boy. Opponent's in a position where they're discarding the best card in Standard. Yeah, this is not looking good. Yeah, no real payoffs, unfortunately. Well, we've drawn a lot of Tameo safekeepings. I will give our deck that. Hey, it's the second best card in Standard. Maybe third, actually. Shieldred. Well, we will drain. We draw a land finally. Now we don't even really want lands, though. Vine Shaper Prodigy, kick it. I think this is just too little too late, though, unfortunately, for the dear old elves. Vine Shaper goes digging. Make a treasure. Gain some life. Nothing. Well, take a Loam Speaker. Yeah, we're so dead here. Yeah, you got it, Shieldred. Well, the good cards in Standard are pretty good. Budget magic time. We are trying to do some elf-balling in Standard, and sounds actually pretty good. We got the Nissa. The Nissa is the card that is most important to our deck, and we can even ramp into it with a Centennial Stalwart, sort of. Also Gala Greeters. I don't know about this Hydromancer, but Ooh, Goblin Blast Runner. All right, so opponent must be some sort of sacrifice deck. We're gonna run out Gala Greeter, run out another Stalwart, make a treasure. I mean, we can get down. Wait, can we play Nissa next turn? 1, 2, wow, my God, okay. See what our opponent does, but if we get the opportunity, turn 3 Nissa seems kinda busted. Opponent, Blood Tithe Harvester. Ooh, Tiver Stand. Play the land. Maybe we just wait. We could also just keep making treasures and try to, yeah, let's just Hydromancer, make some treasures. We might be able to just set up the one-shot, which is, that's the dream. Like the overrun, that is the main goal of this Nissa. This also lets us leave up Tiver Stand, which is nice. All right, Soakins and Smelter, sure. Opponent's gonna smelt it, which I guess means they dealt it. Block, I think protect. And now we're definitely, I mean, we had nothing else going on, so we definitely are going to play this Nissa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The problem we have is we need to tap too much stuff to have lethal. Ooh, another force is good. We still have to tap a lot. We can't not do it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tap the Stalwart. All right, well, here's a Nissa. Not currently lethal, but an 8/8 that also triggers Galaga Reader is pretty good. I mean, Nissa, like, its ceiling is immediately win the game, and its floor is, like, just make massive tokens. Even when it's bad, it's absurdly good. It's so funny this card has not seen more play instant. I guess it's literally that green is just, like, the worst color by a huge amount. I think that's got to be the problem, because Nissa, the card, is very powerful. Exuberant Fuseling. Mishra's research desk. I mean, our opponent needs something here, or they're just gonna die. I guess if they can attack, they can, like, jump attack a bit at the Nissa to... Oh, okay. Well, yes, we would like to win the game. Opponent goes aggro at our face for some reason. We will, over on Nissa, everything +4/+4 and trample to the face. Would you like to be completed? Yeah, that was an interesting attack from our opponent. I know they're the aggro, but the Nissa overrun is just sitting on the battlefield. Bring in a couple Return to Natures. Go down some Hydromancers. Our opponent, I mean, they're black and red. They're gonna have removal. We want to protect our important things from removal. I bring in the protection fairly aggressively in this deck just because we don't have that many cards that actually matter. Nissa and Leafground Visionary are the two big ones, and we need those to resolve, and we need them to sometimes stay on the battlefield. We're gonna be on the draw. Sacrifice versus Standard Elfball. Yes, we will not keep that. Oh, double Nissa. Well, okay. We're gonna keep all the Nissas and see what happens. Hello to you. And Exuberant Fuseling. Sure. Lump Speaker is actually decent. I mean, step 1 is get to Nissas. Bonnet, Mountain, Goldarin, Epicure. Yeah, we get pinged. So you're about looking at the Stalwart. Is it really worth killing, though, with nothing else on the battlefield? Probably not. Opponent gets in, hits us. No, play the land. I guess we just run it all out. Play the Loam Speaker. This is 5 mana Nissa next turn. Gotta spend 4 life, but if we don't draw anything, it's probably worth it, especially with the second one in hand. We can play one to just make bodies and then hopefully get to the second one for the overrun. Not feeling too bad about where we're at the moment. See what our opponent has, but like this seems reasonable. If they kill our mana dorks. Okay, well, new plan. We will do nothing for a while. 2 damage to something and 1 damage each non-artifact. I don't think I've ever had anyone play that against me before. That was actually very good right there, though. Oh, I guess the non-artifact part, they can keep their smelter tokens. Still, 1 damage is not much. Now we need another land just to get to Nissa. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Also a good card. Passes. Well, we can get rid of the Fable, I guess, with the Return to Nature. I think we would have rather drawn a land, though, honestly. Yeah, that sweeper got us good. So if we draw a land, we can play Nissa, but we're getting to the point where 4 life is actually a big cost. Opponent attacks. I think we might have to, yeah, so this Fuseling gets bigger when an artifact goes to the graveyard, so you can sack the blood. I think we have to block in Tiber stand here. We got to keep the Cultivator. If this dies, we're never getting to Nissa. It's just not happening. So I think our hope is, yeah, opponent's gonna grow it, sure. Another Seismic Wave. So we will Tiber stand, get rid of the Fuseling. We're gonna drop to 13. So Nissa will put us to 9. And that's assuming we draw land. Yeah, we really need Nissa this turn or else we're gonna be in trouble. Like, oh, Blood Tithe Harvester, okay. Well, oil up the Cultivator. Oil the Elf. Pass it. Tiber stand. I guess sort of okay. Now I guess we're hoping our opponent cracks this Blood Tithe Harvester and we can save the Rustbind and pump to block something. The more damage we take, though, the less possible it is for us to Phyrexian mana Nissa. All right, opponent, Blood Ties. Tiber stand number 2. Hopefully our opponent does have more removal. Another removal spell here and we're probably dead. All right, save the Rustbind, grow it. So our opponent can't really attack. Oil the Elf, there we go. Come on, let's draw Forest. Secluded Courtyard does work. All right, well, put it on Elf. untap a land, and it's Nissa time. This is about as bad as Nissa can be. We'll see if it's good enough. 5 mana, 4 life, down to 9. Nissa, and yeah, we're just gonna start ticking up and making 4/4s. 4 life is a lot. People underestimate how much that hurts sometimes. Well, I mean, as long as our opponent doesn't draw anything threatening, we might be okay. They haven't done anything the last couple of turns, really. All right, plays a land. Smelter's actually really good here. That's gonna turn these kind of useless tokens into actual threats. Oh, do they have removal for Nissa too? I saw hovering. Yeah, Smelter might be the card that gets us. Because not only can they cash these in, they're gonna be able to make Annihilating Glare. Okay, kills the token. So I guess they're gonna kill the token and just presumably attack the Nissa. So Nissa dies. Opponent gets a treasure. We go to 7. We draw a courtyard. So Nissa, we would drop to 3 and die. Yeah, no matter how we do the Nissa, we die there. Well, that was awkward. That sweeper was incredible against us. Seismic Wave, the enemy of Elves, apparently. Yeah, I think this is what we can do. Run it back. This is a game where we got Nissa on the battlefield and it wasn't enough. Although that was about Nissa's floor, really. Like, our board got Wrath. We lost our mana. We had to play it for 5 mana and spend 4 life, and then our opponent had the Planeswalker removal spell anyway. That's about as bad as our friend Nissa can be. That was definitely not Craterhoof mode. Pretty far from being a Craterhoof. On to game number 3. Can we Elfball him? Yes, we will definitely play first. Ooh, wow, both payoffs. Visionary and Nissa and our, oh my goodness, and our opponent's mulliganing. Okay, things are setting up well for the Elfball here, hopefully. Rosefide's so janky, but it's as close as we can get to having a Llanowar Elves in Standard. It just doesn't make mana on turn 2, which is awkward, but oh man, Llanowar Elves would make this deck so much better. Rustbine Cultivator, yo. About it, Mountain, and a Fuseling, sure. I mean, we don't have any protection. This is awkward. If we run out Leafcrown Visionary, we can't draw a card right away. If we run out Gala Greeters, we can play Rustvine, make a treasure, but then we won't have a thing in hand to draw with Gala Greeters. I think we're just gonna play Visionary and pass and just like cross our fingers that it lives. Ooh, Smelter. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Oil up the Rustbine Cultivator. Opponent's gonna go smelting with no artifacts. Well, play the forest. Gala Greeters. Card. And now we got down Gala Greeters, and one thing we know is that people kill Gala Greeters for some reason instead of killing our cards that actually matter. Yeah, let's just wait. This might be a Nissa game. Epic here, sure. So our opponent can turn the token into a... I like some of the synergies in our opponent's deck, like sack the blood, make a token, grow the Fuseling. There are some neat little aggro sacrifice synergies. Gonna smack us. Sure. We will just add an oil counter. Down to 16. Well, Forest. And Old Rusty. Draw a card. Ooh, safekeeping's great. Make a treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if we quite have lethal next turn. It's close. Because we have to tap the Rustvine to play 7 mana Nissa. I guess we could always wait one more turn too. If we wait one more turn, we won't have to tap it. Opponent sacks the token, gets another token, grows the Fuseling. We want our creatures. Our creatures are worth a lot at the moment because of Nissa's ultimate. They're worth a lot of damage. I guess we can block and protect. Our opponent, it's pretty clear they don't have removal or they would have used it, right? Like, there's so many juicy removal targets. Yeah, let's get rid of the Fuseling. Just to make sure. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Well, oil on the Cultivator. Ooh, Forest. 5, 10, 7. I don't think it's... Is this lethal? It's close. I mean, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna find out. Math is for blockers, not for Nissas. Craterhoof, kind of. We could make a creature, I guess. Maybe that's better if it's not lethal. Yeah, let's just tick up. Mega treasure. Pass the turn. I think we're just short of lethal there if our opponent is a bunch of blocking. Although, like, The thing about overruns is, the problem is we lose our Nissa. So I think our opponent would block with everything and just barely survive, but they would lose our entire board. So then we probably just win next turn anyway. I'm just pretty confident our opponent doesn't have removal. And if they don't have removal, like we just make an 8/8 and then we win. We win next turn. Craterhoof would suspend 1, essentially. So opponent has to at least do something. They need to either deal with our board or do something to Nissa. Oh God. Oh, they did. I wonder if they were slow rolling that or if they top decked it. Okay. Annihilating Glare, Nissa down, really changes. Oh, I think they top decked it. That really changes things. I mean, we do have an 8/8. So even though we lost our Nissa, like we essentially paid 7 mana for an 8/8 and got a removal spell out of our opponent's hand, which isn't the end of the world. I'm gonna smelt away the Mishra's Factory. Swing very aggressively. Ah, this does not seem worth it. All right, well, block the Goblin, block the token. So opponent gets in for 3, but loses 2 creatures? Doesn't feel like the best attack. Gala Greeters, eh? Well, play Gala Greeters. Draw a card. Oh my God, that's another Nissa. Okay, well, we have another plan. We will pass the turn. Yeah, do we even attack? I don't even know if it matters. Like, next turn we just win. Okay, next turn we're gonna deal a lot of damage. 6 force on the battlefield. Opponent flips the Saga. Sure. Do your worst Mishra's Research Desk. I mean, I guess our opponent could draw Duress. If they draw Duress, then they might get us. Although even if they do, we still have a big board and we have Leaf Crown Visionary, so it's not like we just lose. But this Nissa is 1,000,000% lethal. This is very much Craterhoof mode. Opponent's trying to figure out what to do here. I mean, I think you just gotta draw and try to hit. I mean, I guess they don't know we have Nissa in hand. So they're probably thinking, oh, we got through that Nissa, we don't gotta worry about it. Little do they know, there was another Nissa lurking on the top of our deck. Things will change, cards will rotate. I still think Nissa is gonna be good at some point. Like, we've seen the power of Nissa today. Like, it is a very strong planeswalker. Opponent finds a Fuseling off the factory, and yeah, that's going to do it. Now there is no hope for our opponent. Craterhoof is on the way. Opponent, sure, do whatever you want, friend. Opponent, make some dorks, pass. Oh my God, full power, 7 forests, Nissa, Craterhoof, put it down, ultimate, and that is a little bit of damage. GG, friend. And yeah, that's Elves. That's Elfball. That is Nissa at her finest in Standard. And that was a pretty good win. Sweet. So what did we learn this week about Standard Elfball? And we got to see the good and the bad of the deck. Overall, had like a 40-ish% win percentage, so not a great overall win percentage with the deck. Essentially, the deck's really powerful and does some really explosive things, but we kind of talked about it during the video. We really only have a couple of important cards, so if we can't find Nissa in specific, but also Leaf Crown Visionary, our deck is pretty janky and underpowered. So the games where we can't find those cards or where those cards get dealt with tend to go pretty poorly. The games when we like have an early Leaf Crown Visionary and can protect it with Tyver's Stand and snowball it into a Nissa, those games are absurd. We got to see Nissa literally be Standard Craterhoof, and if there's one takeaway from this video, Nissa is an absurd Magic card. Like, Nissa is busted. Unfortunately for Nissa, green is probably the worst color in Standard. I still think though, sooner or later, as we get through rotations and more sets, sooner or later this card's going to be absurd, because if you play a bunch of forests in your deck, it is very close to one of the best green finishers of all time in Craterhoof Behemoth. The problem is, the Elf tribe, especially in mono green, it just isn't very deep. Like, we talked about it during the deck. Vine Shaper Prodigy's like kind of okay. Elvish Hydromancer, we cited that out a lot, but really there's just not a lot of options. So the tribe itself could use a bit more support. Obviously, if you can go into 3 colors, it's actually kind of weird. If you go into 3 colors, you get a bunch of really good elves, like Fleetfoot Dancer is an elf. That's a strong card. The problem is, if you go into 3 colors, well, for one thing, you destroy the budget, like, because you're going to need all these dual lands so the deck wouldn't be budget. Another thing is, it makes Nissa pretty bad, like, or much less good at least. I don't want to say bad, coming down and just making big tokens is fine, but the overrun ability that we're built around, if you're playing a bunch of dual lands, you're not going to have forests, so it's not going to actually be lethal and win the game like we saw during our videos. So it's kind of a weird situation for the deck. So basically, the deck's good draws are super powerful and super strong. Like, Nissa is so busted that it actually does make Vineshaper Prodigy and Elvish Hydromancer good. Like, we just kill people with our random super janky elves. On the other hand, if our opponent's got a lot of removal and can deal with our couple of big finishers, the Nissas and the Leaf Crown Visionaries, or if we just kind of run poorly, then things can go really bad. So anyway, that is Elfball for Standard. Nissa, I think it is Craterhoof, essentially. The problem is, the rest of the elves around it in general just aren't that strong. That's been our budget magic for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.